Hi, today we're talking about coaching others on the skill of empathetic listening response. And now, this is an experiment, please. Uh, Someone watched that recording that I just recently posted and asked me if I wanted to coach someone, a staff member, direct report, on that skill. How would I go about it? So, this is my response to them. It's not the only way, it's not right, and other ways are wrong. It is simply one path to illustrate how you might go about it. So, imagine you're a manager. You've got a direct report that has either expressed interest in developing this skill, or you are asking them to develop this skill, probably because their relationships with their team members aren't the greatest, or you're just this uh, you just want some growth in this area. Okay, so maybe a problem, may not be a problem, doesn't matter. You've got an introduction. And in the introduction of this, where you're meeting with the individual and you're introducing the idea of development in this skill. And so you want to establish the need. So again, it depends on the circumstances how you would set up that need, but that needs to be established. If it is something that is not required but you would like, you can always talk about how it would help them overcome an obstacle to having good team relationships or to effectively work together as a team. So if it's a not required, but I'd really like you to improve on this, make it point out that it's the obstacle or an obstacle. Okay, you're in the introduction now. You want to ask them, you establish the need, you want to ask them two questions. What do you feel, and what do you think about the need? You want to understand where they're coming from, their perspective. Second question is, how do you feel, and what do you think about the skill or the dimension that they're working on? There's no right or wrong, even if they don't want it. They express the fact that, I don't really want to do this, but I will. That's okay. That's human. Okay, you're still in your introduction. You establish a time frame. I'm thinking 90 days, 120 days. It takes a while to develop and grow in these skill areas. The opportunities have to show up to use it. You're not gonna catch the trigger of those events every time. So you make some time. So say for the next 90 days. So you've established that. Last thing is you ask them a question. Do you have any thoughts about what you see would be success or would make you happy? Again, just for the insight. Then, kind of the second phase is the rest of that 90 days. You want to include it in your maybe just 5 minutes in your one on ones, your hopefully weekly one on ones. The individual maintains an awareness of this and they look for opportunities to use this skill or to practice this skill. And in your one on ones, you are asking open ended questions, not How is it going? Because that gets a fine and then you're over it. But an opening question. How many opportunities have you had in the last week to practice that? I noticed in Tuesday's meeting that you tried it out in our our staff meeting. How did that go for you? What was the experience? What are you liking about this, or what are you not liking about it? Simply to give them a place to process their growth, keep it on their radar, so they're looking at opportunities to do this. Because the more focus you give to it, the more it starts to change the perspective of the person, and allows them to try it out, to explore their way through it. Okay, that would be how I'd approach it. I hope that gives you some ideas. Please respond so I have an idea. Thank you.